trying to, quote, have a good time.
Whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it.
25 years after this interview, Diddy was charged with several serious crimes. This includes sex trafficking, which extends to his alleged freak-off parties.
He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him.
Combs has pleaded not guilty.
Right now, we're about to dive into 12 disturbing Diddy interviews that is very shocking. The only thing is that in the current time while it was playing, it would have went right over your head. Pause, no Diddy. So with that being said, sit back and react with your boy. We're about to see how this is going to play out. If you like reactions like this, consider hitting that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification bell. Let's see how this is about to play out. Let me stop wasting your time and let's go, baby.
You know, and sometimes it doesn't come out into the forefront the way this one has come out.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today, we're rewinding several interviews that retroactively left us asking, what did Diddy say?
You're going to hear about my party. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time.
Representing The Wendy Williams Show. After Hot 97 fired Wendy Williams in 1998, she accused Sean P. Diddy Combs of using his money and influence to, quote, try to crush her in New York. Almost 2 decades after their beef started, Williams welcomed Diddy onto her talk show, seemingly on good terms.
Yeah, don't forget and not to mention, he actually got her fired from her radio show as a host because she was insinuating that she had a photo of him doing some real suspect stuff, you know, some very unusual suspect stuff.
I know I pissed a lot of people off, including you. Mm-hmm. But this is a full circle moment, everybody.
Yes.
Get into adult conversation.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah.
While Diddy presents himself as someone who's matured into a role model, several moments are now traced with irony. Williams inquires about Diddy's lifestyle and the people he surrounds himself with, asking if they, quote, violate him. She meant financially, but her phrasing proved prognostic.
You threw a house party and I got the footage, okay? Look at this. Now, who has this many people at their house? Puff, and or Sean, Diddy, Doody, what do I call you?
Diddy later discusses setting a positive example for African-American males and his charter school, Capital Prep. Diddy's partnership with the school unsurprisingly ended in November 2023. A sexual assault accusation surfaced.
Our children are expected not just to learn to read, write, and compute, but to use that which they've learned to improve their community.
Defending Justin Bieber, Access Hollywood. The allegations against Diddy have made people reassess his relationships with several young proteges, including Justin Bieber. Diddy's 48 hours with Bieber in particular isn't as cool as it seemed in 2009.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Although,
why is he looking in his face like that? I mean, you know, I got some questions about that right there. Let me know if you feel the same way.
Diddy is in trouble with the law now. The positions were reversed in 2014 when Bieber got arrested for a DUI. Diddy defended Bieber in an Access Hollywood interview. He acknowledged that the pop star had made mistakes, but Diddy vowed to help him stay, quote, on the right track.
I don't think that he should be judged like he's not a human being or he's not a teenager that has to hit some stumbling blocks. You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair to make him a perfect human being.
Fast forward almost a decade, Bieber's arrest feels innocent compared to Combs's. Bieber wasn't as quick to rush to Diddy's defense. A source claims that Bieber doesn't want to focus on Diddy's scandal, instead dedicating his time to being, quote, a great dad and husband.
Does he want to have, you know, any affiliation with any of this? No. But I think that even...
And I would say the real reason why he probably don't. I would say the real reason he doesn't want any affiliation with this is because he tried to get away from the situation and he couldn't, and now he's much older. He doesn't want to be reminded of it. You understand? But you people keep bringing it back.
Even for him, where he is in his life right now, I think it is a smart thing for him to just not even get involved in anything.
Keep J-Lo's name out your mouth. Jimmy Kimmel Live. In late 2023, shortly before Cassie Ventura filed her lawsuit against Diddy, the rapper sat down with Jimmy Kimmel. The host asked about a rumor circulating amid the release of Jada Pinkett Smith's memoir, Worthy. According to somebody claiming to be Diddy's former security guard, Will and Jada wanted to have a threesome with Jennifer Lopez. Diddy was dating Lopez at the time, allegedly threatening to beat up Will Smith. Hearing Kimmel relay this tale, Diddy initially responded with a stone-cold stare. He quickly changed his tune, laughing it off and denying such gossip.
I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. What is this?
Whether or not this story is completely fabricated, it's far from the most shocking thing Diddy has been accused of. It isn't the most bonkers story involving Will and Jada either.
No,
it's all about love, though. That's not true.
You really heard that? Nah.
What? Yeah.
Hands to yourself, Diddy. The Keenan Ivory Weigh-In Show.
I ain't gonna lie, I always thought the Keenans was a little bit rather unusually suspect. You understand what I'm saying?
In the past, if you had P. Diddy and Mike Tyson in the same room, chances are we'd be more intimidated by the heavyweight champion. Now we'd be more concerned for Tyson's well-being. In 1998, the two appeared on Keenan Ivory Weigh-In's short-lived talk show. If you're curious about the pairing, the boxer wanted to start a music company.
People's been helping me out. Wyclif's been helping me out. Devontae Swing's been helping me out. And hopefully Puffy helped me out, you know.
While much of the interview feels casual, a blink and you'll miss it dose of awkwardness occurs as Diddy's hand gets a little too close to Tyson. Wearing a grin, Tyson removes Diddy's hand before scooching away.
But it was like, I just felt I was embarrassed for like weeks. It truly is about the Benjamin, as you see. Oh yes, he's glittering.
Why he pick his hands up like that and scoot it over like, listen, my boy, like, we ain't gonna be sitting this close, and your hand is not gonna be hitting my thighs that much, you understand? So look, keep your hands to yourself. Let me sit right here.
Perhaps we're reading too much into this gesture, but to say that Diddy has been accused of invading personal space would be an understatement. Watching this makes us almost as uncomfortable as Tyson.
What we doing, man? Let's talk about this guy. Yeah, let's talk about Puff.
73 Questions with Sean Diddy Combs. Vogue. Vogue's 73 Questions series allows viewers to connect with celebrities on a more personal level. Admittedly, a lot of these interviews are presented through a rose-tinted lens. Nowhere is that more apparent than in Diddy's interview.
Love, how do you describe yourself?
I'm vivacious, eccentric, and I'm a Scorpio.
In 2017, the video presents Diddy in a down-to-earth light. On the heels of his 2024 arrest, though, some of Diddy's responses feel like setups for punchlines that late-night hosts would have a field day with.
Now, you've gone on the record saying that your white party is up there with the top 3 that you've ever thrown for people. What are the other 2?
I would say when I got my star on Hollywood, I had a party, and this year at Burning Man at an undisclosed location.
To name a few, Diddy describes himself as, quote, eccentric, says that there are, quote, no misconceptions about him, and claims, quote, compassion is his best personal trait. Diddy also brings up love several times, even asking the interviewer to refer to him by that name. Oh, and his dream collaboration would be with Michael Jackson.
Why?
I mean, it's Michael Jackson, man. Come on. Who wouldn't?
The Princes and Puffy, The Graham Norton Show. Many famous names have quote-unquote partied with Diddy over the years. Not every invitee showed up, however. In 2011, Graham Norton asked about a rumor that Diddy wanted Princes William and Harry to attend one of his parties. Diddy assured Norton that they were no longer on the list.
Not anymore. I mean, before, you know.
Don't ruin our royal wedding for us.
I know. Trust me, they're off the list.
This was seemingly because William was about to marry Catherine Middleton, but Diddy's clumsy word choice turned this clip into certified cringe. Diddy claimed that he wanted to party with the princes when they were, quote, young bucks growing up.
Hey,
Just go over for some tea or something and we could kick it.
Since the princes had something of a reputation for getting into trouble, Diddy thought they'd, quote, want to hang out. Given what allegedly went down at numerous Puffy parties, Diddy might have felt more at home with Prince Andrew.
Going to Jeffries was not about partying. Absolutely not.
Any interviews with Cassie. Throughout their relationship, Diddy and Cassie Ventura accompanied each other to various red carpet events. Even when flying solo, Diddy and Cassie would often speak adoringly of each other.
The birthday party was incredible. She's such a special person.
On the surface, the two looked like the epitome of a glamorous couple.
Now, there's rumors speculating. I don't know how true it is, but they're speculating rumors saying that there's a reason why she was sporting that half hairstyle right there. Understand? You see how one side is kind of faded? They said there was a reason for that right there. What the reason is, we're gonna have to wait for this indictment to be fully exposed.
That illusion was shattered when Cassie sued Combs for a, quote, cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking that allegedly lasted almost a decade.
If I'm on her team as her attorney, I'm making it clear that that's what happened here, that the relationship started out good, but gradually it got worse and worse to the point that she was caught in this vicious cycle. She was caught under his thumb.
Some of Cassie's claims were supported by video evidence. After watching this footage, it's impossible to look back on any of their interviews together the same way again. The most disheartening example may have been at the 2018 Met Gala, where Liza Koshy asked Cassie if there was anything she'd like to confess.
I keep everything right here.
There you go.
Or right here.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Cassie wouldn't keep quiet much longer. Chris Brown, Rihanna, and Diddy too, The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Few could have predicted that P. Diddy and Ellen DeGeneres would both be problematic figures by 2024. Diddy dropped by DeGeneres' show multiple times. Puffy parties were a popular topic. Ellen even invited him to one of her parties.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right, not too late though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
In an especially unsettling interview from 2009, DeGeneres asked Diddy about Rihanna and Chris Brown, the latter of whom had been accused of domestic violence. Diddy reportedly lent Brown his Miami mansion, supposedly attempting to help reconcile his relationship with Rihanna.
If I could be there as a friend during hard times, then I'm gonna be there as a friend.
Right.
But I don't know the exact particulars. I didn't get into it. I'm not gonna do this or do that. It's a dark time for them, and I was there more as a support.
Diddy didn't deny these claims, saying that he could lend his house to whoever he wanted. While Diddy condemned violence, he argued that stones shouldn't be thrown without all the facts.
I bet. That's because you were the one throwing the rocks hot in your hand. You understand? All right, now I say this, right? I say that within the next 10 years, there's gonna be many more artists that's gonna go under the bus in regards to this kind of situation right here. Why? Listen, when you're out there loosely messing with women like this, and you're like a real high public figure, oh man, I mean, you're just gonna be a target. That Me Too thing, yeah, that really kicked it off.
Unlike Diddy, Brown notably pleaded guilty to his assault charges.
From there, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just take everything and like it's come. My consequences for my actions have to be dealt with.
Lock the Doors, Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Between Danny Masterson and P. Diddy, celebs should be careful what they tell Conan O'Brien. It may come back to haunt them years later. In Diddy's case, Conan spoke with the rapper in 2002.
Now, you're legendary for the parties that you throw. You throw a great party.
I'm a legend, baby, for a whole bunch of things.
O'Brien wanted to learn the key to throwing a Puffy party. Diddy provided a detailed list that included beautiful ladies, beautiful men, booze, water, and, quote, locks on the doors. Conan brought the interview to a brief halt, questioning if Diddy's parties were safe.
No, I wasn't saying. No, it was a new
Sean,
party.
You're in my house now, you see.
Please,
you stumbled into my house.
Please.
It's okay. It's going to be fine.
Okay, cool. Please let me finish.
Okay.
Diddy admitted that the locks were a little, quote, kinky, although there might be another word for it. Maybe Diddy intended this as a joke, but considering everything that's been reported about his parties as of late, this answer comes off as brutally honest.
You know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you talking about?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Puffy's party premonition, Entertainment Tonight. In 2001, Diddy spoke with Entertainment Tonight about his gun trial, calling it, quote, a scary situation.
You know, 12 people who hold the fate of your life. But, you know, I put it in God's hands.
2 years earlier, Diddy gave another interview that foreshadowed his current legal situation. Diddy claimed he couldn't get a permit for his parties, although this wouldn't stop him from throwing them. He suspected that eventually the authorities would arrest him for trying to, quote, have a good time.
Whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it.
25 years after this interview, Diddy was charged with several serious crimes. This includes sex trafficking, which extends to his alleged freak-off parties.
He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him.
Combs has pleaded not guilty, and time will only tell if the verdict will be in his favor. Given the toll the scandal has already taken on his reputation, though, the party may be over for good.
Let's not forget, he's just a small fraction to this problem right here. Let's not forget. I'm not saying what he did is not wrong. It is very wrong. But let's expose the rest. You understand? This must come to an end. You know, all things come to an end, especially when it comes to something like this. Let's just close this chapter and move forward, and let's not repeat these kind of behaviors, right? Anyone who does this, let's hold them accountable immediately. Let's not wait for 10, 20, 30 plus years to hold them accountable. With that being said, go in the comments, make sure you run it up, flood it up. Also, go ahead and check Miss Mojo for putting this beautiful masterpiece together in regards to, you know, she did her homework. She went in there and she put all these collages of all these interviews together. So big shout out to Miss Mojo, all right? With that being said, make sure you go run it up, flood it up.